Origins and founding. The idea of an international body emerged in the early 20th century, for example through the League of Nations after World War I. That body, however, proved unable to prevent major conflicts in the 1930s. During World War II, the Allies developed plans for a successor body. On the 25th of April 1945, the UN Conference on International Organization convened in San Francisco with 50 nations. The Charter of the United Nations was signed on the 26th of June 1945 and entered into force on the 24th of October 1945, marking the official creation of the UN. The mission, to maintain international peace and security, foster friendly relations among states, promote international cooperation, and serve as a center for harmonizing the actions of states. Structure and membership. The UN is an intergovernmental organization with 193 member states and 2 observer states. It has 6 principal organs defined in its charter. United Nations General Assembly, GA, the deliberative body of all member states. United Nations Security Council, UNSC, responsible for peace and security, with binding powers under Article 25 of the Charter. United Nations Secretariat, the administrative arm, headed by the Secretary General. International Court of Justice, ICJ, the principal judicial organ. United Nations Economic and Social Council, ECOSOC, handles economic, social and development issues. Official languages of the UN: Arabic, Chinese, English, French, Russian, and Spanish. Headquarters is located in New York City, with other main offices in Geneva, Nairobi, Vienna, and The Hague. Objectives and key functions. Some of the UN's core objectives include peacekeeping and security, deploying peacekeeping missions, facilitating ceasefires, and helping rebuild conflict-torn areas. Human rights, promoting and protecting human rights globally through various treaties and bodies. Economic development and humanitarian assistance, aiding developing countries, coordinating efforts against poverty, disease, and disaster. Environment and climate, addressing global environmental challenges such as climate change and sustainable development. Other global issues, for example, decolonization, global health, refugees, international law. These tasks reflect the UN's ambition to be a central point for global cooperation. Achievements. After its founding, the UN played a significant role during the decolonization phase of the mid-20th century. Many newly independent states joined the UN. The UN launched the Millennium Development Goals, MDGs, at the 2000 Millennium Summit, and later the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, in 2015, aiming to reduce poverty, ensure gender equality, health, education, etc. The UN has been recognized with Nobel Peace Prizes awarded to the organization and its officers. The UN helped facilitate democratic transitions and peace in various countries after Cold War. Challenges and criticisms. Despite its many successes, the UN faces significant critiques. Effectiveness. In several crises, for example, Rwanda 1994, Yugoslavia in the 1990s, the UN's response is considered inadequate. Representation and structure. The veto power of the 5 permanent members of the Security Council is seen as undemocratic by some. Sovereignty versus intervention. Tension exists between respecting state sovereignty and intervening in human rights abuses or conflicts. Funding and resources. The UN frequently faces budget constraints and arrears from member states. Bias and geopolitics. The UN is sometimes viewed as influenced by powerful states and accused of bias or slow action. Why the UN still matters. In our globally interconnected world, many challenges, climate change, pandemics, refugee flows, transnational crime, cannot be solved by one country alone. The UN provides a forum where all nations can meet, discuss, negotiate, and coordinate. It helps set global norms, for example, on human rights, environment, which states may adopt and implement. Even when imperfect, the UN's peacekeeping, humanitarian and development functions save lives and improve conditions. closing thoughts. The United Nations is neither perfect nor omnipotent, but it remains one of the few institutions with global reach and legitimacy across nearly all nations. Its strength lies in cooperation. Its weakness lies in politics and resources. For those interested in the future of global governance, the UN is central. As global challenges grow in scale and complexity, the question becomes, how can the UN adapt and reform so it remains relevant, effective, and equitable for all?